Central Asia has been particularly dynamic this week, from financial technology breakthroughs and new transport corridors to deeper regional integration and expanding global partnerships. Across the region, governments are accelerating efforts to attract investment, digitize their economies, and strengthen connectivity with key partners, from Russia and China to the United States and the broader Eurasian market. In our Central Asia in Focus section, Ozhet Shegerbayev takes a closer look at how Almaty, Tashkent, and other regional hubs are emerging as key drivers of innovation, logistics, and sustainable growth amid an increasingly interconnected global landscape.
This week, Almaty became a regional hub for discussing the development of fintech technologies in Central Asia. The Central Asia Fintech Summit featured in-depth discussions on banking, innovation, financial technologies, the impact of artificial intelligence on the industry, and the introduction of digital currencies. The forum brought together leading representatives from the banking sector, government agencies, fintech companies, and international experts to discuss strategies for financial system innovation, present ready-made solutions, case studies, and analytical insights. In total, the event gathered around 5,000 participants, including 2,000 online attendees and 120 industry experts. Among the participants were the representatives of the governmental agency, state regulators, and development institutions, including senior officials from Agency for Regulation and Development of Financial Market, the Ministry of AI and Digital Development, the National Payment Corporation, and National Bank of Republic of Kazakhstan, as well as the top managers from Visa, MasterCard, major banks, fintech companies, and startups. At the same time, Tashkent hosted the International Forum on Multimodal Transportation, organized by the Alliance of Logistics Centers and Freight Forwarders in cooperation with the Ministry of Transport of Uzbekistan and the Organization of Turkic States. The forum brought together more than 400 participants, including representatives of public and private sectors, as well as leading transport and logistics companies, and enterprises from the Turkic countries and beyond. One of the key statements came from Uzbekistan's Minister of Transport, Mr. Ilkhoy Mahamov, who announced plans to make the China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan Railway the shortest corridor connecting Central Asia and South Asia. He also emphasized that the Trans-Afghan Railway would provide Uzbekistan and the entire Central Asian region with direct access to the Indian Ocean through Pakistan's ports. In the future, these two routes are expected to become integral components of the Trans-Caspian International Transport Corridor, forming a continuous multimodal corridor from China to Europe. And as we previously noted during this program, Central Asia is increasingly emerging as a global Eurasian crossroads, facilitating cargo transportation between East and West, while simultaneously developing the new routes along the North-South axis. And at the same time, Russia announced plans to double the capacity of 10 automobile border checkpoints with Kazakhstan by 2030, according to the Russian Ministry of Transport. The modernization plan includes 10 checkpoints, whose combined throughput is expected to exceed 3.5 million trucks per year after the reconstruction. Meanwhile, Kazakhstan has already begun upgrading 3 and plans to modernize 4 additional checkpoints on the Russian border. Freight transportation in Kazakhstan, in general, grew by 8.1% in the first 10 months of this year, reaching around 955 million of tons. And according to the Bureau of National Statistics of Kazakhstan, the highest growth was recorded in maritime transport, plus 33.5%, and pipeline transportation, plus 15.6%. Railways handled around 380 million of tons, road transport 288.5 million of tons, inland waterways around 200,000 of tons, and the last one is air freight, around 24,000 of tons. And another significant development in Central Asia's transit logistics was the arrival of 62 40-foot containers carrying paper, sulfate pulp, and other paper products from Russia to Iran. The freight train passed through Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan along the Bolashak-Bereket-Gorgan railway line, which was opened in 2014 and serves as the eastern branch of the North-South Transport Corridor. A major boost to this route came with the opening of the Aprin multimodal hub near the Tigran in May of this year. The entire journey took approximately 12 days, and President Tokayev already emphasized several times the necessity of the development of this transport route. Overall, this and other developments in Central Asian logistics demonstrate that the region is becoming an increasingly important link in Eurasia's transport and transit network. President of Uzbekistan, Mr. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, has signed a decree establishing the US-Uzbek Business Council and Investment. The approval of Council members and the regulation of its activities from Uzbek side will be overseen by Saida Mirziyoyeva, head of the presidential administration of Uzbekistan, while on the American side coordination will be carried out by the US President's representative. Among the key priorities of this Council are continuing negotiations on mutual tariff reductions, establishing a special investment fund to mobilize additional investments in Uzbekistan, and developing proposals for diversifying the country's investment portfolio, including portions of the central bank's foreign exchange reserves and other assets. It's also noteworthy to note that prior to the visit to the USA, President of Uzbekistan signed a decree which allowed US citizens to enter Uzbekistan visa-free up to 30 days starting from January next year.